Welcome back. It's been a super long time since I did a video explanation, but finally I decided today I was going to make a video and show you how all my stuff is been doing. So if you didn't saw my last video, which was a very long time ago, around 4 months ago, I was explaining that I was moving from my old house. I sold the house and I got a new property, and that was it. I had to focus into moving and doing all that stuff, and of course my systems they have to be in standby, right? So I was really worried about it, super stressed out, but finally, as you can see in the back, the tank is alive. So I just want to really talk about what happened in the last 4 months. A lot of stuff happened. Not everything was good, but at the end I made it through, and I'm still here. So as you can see, I have my 120 here in the back. I made some modifications, and I still have my Red Sea and my little 25-gallon the water box. All right, guys, so let's start with my 120-gallon. So this is the tank that I started my journey into saltwater with, and I'm proud to say that it's alive. I didn't lose it in the move. So I want to talk. To begin with, I want to apologize for the reflection. The new house has a lot of windows, and the reflection is super bad, and I can see it in the video, but there is not much I can do at the moment for it. So let's start with talking about the control board. So this is the old control board, and nothing new here. The only thing that I did new was I included this box right here. So this box holds all the cables from the tank. I'm going to show you the setups that I have, and then I'm going to explain like what happened during all this long time. So okay, so this is the control box. This is all the connections. And as you can see, everything is labeled, and so all these extensions right here, they finish up right here. So if I need to remove something, let's say a pump, power head, whatever, I disconnected it from here, and I can run the cables through these cable management channels right there. All right, so it makes a very clean setup, and I don't have like crazy cables running around. Something new that I have to show you guys is the setup for the lighting, the rack. So I do not longer have the 4 bars that I used to have in the other house. Here I only have, I decided to hang them with the metal wire. So it's a very clean look, and I'm not going to have the canopy like in the other place, which I like it very much. I like to see the lights exposed like that. Okay, so the tank itself, as you can see, everything looks really good, and I'm really proud to say that all my stuff is doing well at the moment. It wasn't looking like this a couple of weeks or a few months ago, and I've been going through some difficult transitions with this tank. I changed all the aquascape, so all the aquascape is new. When I moved the old aquascape that I have, so I decided it was time to do a new aquascape in this system. So it looks kind of similar, but it's not. As you can see, I can see right on the back, like I can put corals in there. So everything is elevated, and everything I decided to had a special place for each individual coral. I didn't have that before. Everything was mostly random, but in here everything is very a little bit well thought. I have new corals, and also I lost some corals in the transition. It was expected, but nevertheless it hurts a lot when you lose something. So yeah, that's the setup. Right now, everything, the fish, I don't have any new fishes still in here. It's the same fish that I had before. All of them survive, thank goodness. Okay, so let's move on to the next tank. Waterbox Peninsula, the Mini 25. So as you can see, the tank, the aquascape looks very, very different than before. And I decided to change this setup 100%. I didn't like I got tired of the volcano type of setup that I have previously. So I decided to go with a more, a little bit dramatic peninsula style shelf that I have there. So the tank is doing pretty good. I'm dosing all for reefing here, and this tank doesn't have a skimmer. All the nutrient export, I'm using this red microalgae for it, so it does pretty well. I do water changes once a week, and that's it. And the only guy that lives here is the baby cowfish still. I was super worried when I moved, but he's still there, eating like a champ and growing. And I have these leathers. Those are babies from the big leather over there. It's green sinularia, kind of a rare coral to have these days. So I'm very, very excited for these two guys. Lastly, I have my Red Sea. So as you can see, the aquascape is a little bit messed up. I haven't fixed this system just yet. Now the tank itself, the setup, it's very clean. Nothing new here. I have the Apex controller there. I have the Pax Bellum going right here. So this tank is a very simple setup. I want to change in the future, in the coming weeks. I'm going to re-aquascape all of it. When I move, all this stuff broke down, so I will do something different. On here, I don't have that many corals. For some reason, I don't think the nutrients or minerals in this system are so established like the other ones. So for instance, I was experimenting with some Montiporas, some Digitata, and some SPS, and they don't do quite well. It's still in here. I only have gorgonias, some leathers, mushrooms, and these rock flowers, and of course some palitoas and zoanthis. But overall, the tank, all the systems, they look pretty good for after like 4 months since I moved. All right, guys, so let me give you a little bit the backstory of what happened when I moved to this new house. So my wife and I, we decided that the tank house that we had, it was time to sell. We sold it. It took us a minute to selling that, but we finally made it, and we found this new house closer to my kids' school, great neighborhood and everything. And of course, in the back of my mind was the tanks, always the tanks, like what's going to happen to the tanks, the move, everything. And I was prepared to it. Actually, I was since I designed this system with the plumbing and everything, plumbing underneath, with the plumbing and whatever, I was prepared preparing myself for something big like that. So I talked to myself deeply, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I knew I took all the precautions, but I knew that some stuff wasn't going to make it. That was just the way things are, right? So you take all the precautions, but at the end, you are not in control of all the little details or all the stuff that you have. All right, so we decided to move. And then, so the first thing that I did was calling my friends, my friend, actually my reefing friend, and he helped me disassemble the tank, taking all the livestock, the sand, disassembling all the plumbing, and we put all the stuff in some Rubbermaid tubs. So I separated the best I could. For instance, I put the clowns with the anemones. I put the tanks by themselves in a different tub. I put the copper band in a different bucket by itself. So I try to create as less stress as possible when I move these guys, and same with the corals. So the problem with that was that I was running very quickly out of pumps to move the water, so there were more rubber mats than pumps. So that was one issue. I fixed that issue by getting more stuff, whatever, and then at the end I was like pretty much throwing random stuff together because it was so much, right? So everything was going according to plan until my realtor told me that the new house, we couldn't stay in the new house because there were some paperwork problems. So that took almost 2 days to fix. So for two days, I will say 2-3 days, all the stuff that you see here was in Rubbermaid tubs. So of course we brought that stuff into this new house, but I couldn't assemble anything. I couldn't put lights on. I couldn't do anything. Everything was like separated in the tubs right here in this area. So that was very, very frustrating. So when I finally got the green light to start rebuilding the tank, I was super worried about it. So the problem, I didn't have time to do that, and I didn't have anybody else to help me move the stuff, so I pretty much had to do that stuff by myself. It took me a very long time to reassemble this, and let me tell you that what you see right here, this is like a very clean setup. This did not look like that. All the cables were out because I have to sort all the cables out, do all the plumbing, do everything. The thing was a mess. Like right now, the tank looks pristine because it's been 4 months, and I'm moving stuff around, doing the lights. Like I have time to do the aquascape. That was time weeks after I moved, weeks after I did the setup. The next problem that I faced when I moved was the water. So I hook up my RODI water system here outside my house in this patio area, and I put the big tubs to start collecting water, so that way I could have enough water to make this up. I wasn't measuring the alkalinity when I was doing that, and I have a huge alkalinity spike. So my alk went from 9 to 13 overnight. Crazy. So because of that, of course, I have a very stressed out system, and I lost some stuff. For instance, if you can see, I still have my Cinerina right there, like both Cinerinas and Lobophilias, but I don't have my green LPS, the big one that I used to have in the other house. I lost I believe 3 LPS. I lost a couple of small Fabias. The whole multipora, I decided to, I lost so much of that stuff that I decided to cut it completely off, and this was a little piece that I saved, the best piece, and I glue it back in the same area right there. But so yeah, that was a very stressful situation, but at the end, that's why I'm making this video, because this is like the light at the end of the tunnel. Like I'm really happy with how the tank looks. So right now I'm preparing myself to get more coral, because I have some spots that I want to fill up. So yeah, I mean, lessons learned from that. So yes, I fixed that. I fixed the plumbing underneath, so everything looks a little bit cleaner. Sometimes you have to see the good and the bad. So the lessons that I learned from this big undertaking job was that I pretty much rebuilt the whole thing from the ground up. The only problem is I didn't have that much time, so it made that task a little bit frustrating. But yeah, man, I'm super happy. And then the plans for the future is add more coral, man. Like, don't stop, just keep adding more coral. I wanna get them all. Right now I'm dosing. I was doing some chemi clean because I went through a really heavy bad nutrient cycle. So I created some cyanobacteria. So right now I started dosing like a couple of weeks. I started dosing for the chemi clean 4 days ago. So today I'm going to do a 25% water change, so I can add carbon, so I can take that out and restart the system back again. But the sand looks really clean, really nice. All right, guys, so yeah, I appreciate you guys watching this stuff. Hopefully I can make more videos in the future talking about my setup. So I had some big ideas. I wanted to get a bigger tank, but right now it's I just want to stick with this one. I want to make the Red Sea look a lot better. I really want to enjoy it. Like, I already passed through that phase of having that system, and now what I want to do is I want to have like a very nice aquascape, and also try to put some SPS in there. Try to see if the SPS can grow in there. Yeah, man, right here, what I want to do is add more coral, like I said before, and just keep doing it. Keep doing it until I get a new tank. So appreciate it. This I know this video was long, but it's well overdue. It's been 4 months since I stopped doing this, and I was very hesitating of doing it because it's so much stuff going on with the new house. It's like it's a really good thing, but at the same time there is so much work. I mean, I can't believe myself that I did this. Here I am, and hopefully in the future I'm going to start showing you more stuff, the stuff that I buy, details, that kind of stuff. All right, guys, so appreciate it. Thank you so much, and see you in the future. Thank you.